Okay, so a new video today, you guys. Welcome into the channel if you're new here. The real reason why enemies fear America's M1 Abrams super tank. I don't know anything about this tank. I may have seen it before in previous videos, I'm not sure, but I'm not super familiar with the tank and I don't really know the different kinds of tanks and things like that. By the way, if you haven't already, please go follow me over on Twitch. I do live streams over there every single week, and we're just gonna get straight into today's video. Yo.
Hello everyone, today we'll show you why Russia and China fear America's M1 Abrams tank. So don't forget to support our channel by pressing the subscribe button below.
This video is from 2020,
Click
by the way.
if you like it and share to social media so your friends
I don't
know
know if
what
there's
you
been
know.
updated information since then.
Back in the 1990s, I recall reading Tom Clancy's loving paean to the M1 Abrams armored cab, in which he related that the unkillable tank had never been knocked out by hostile fire. The Abrams 120mm cannon effortlessly peeled the turrets off of T-72 tanks during the Gulf War, while Russian anti-tank missiles and 125mm shells couldn't pierce the American tank's Chobham armor. In fact, the Abrams' own gun reportedly struggled to penetrate the Abrams' depleted uranium armor.
Are you serious?
Since then, the Abrams has been involved in a lot more war, and it has had to forsake its invincible reputation.
Invincible? For real?
During the U.S. invasion and occupation of Iraq, several were knocked out by massive IEDs or RPGs in the vulnerable rear armor, others by advanced Russian-made anti-tank missiles such as the AT-14 Cornet. In the ongoing conflicts in Yemen and Iraq, dozens of Saudi and Iraqi Abrams have been taken out by such missiles. The Abrams also hasn't encountered modern tanks. In fact, the Abrams is hardly unrivaled in its very heavy weight class. Other vehicles such as the German Leopard 2, the British Challenger 2, the French Leclerc and Israeli Merkava 4 possess similar firepower and protection levels, though of course each type has its advantages and disadvantages. However, none of them were likely to ever be shooting at an Abrams, so it wasn't a problem. For decades, the most threatening potential opponent was the Russian T-90 tank, a vehicle which has a fighting chance against the Abrams but is hardly a peer.
Incredible.
Russia's
Honestly,
new T-14 Armata tank finally does present a peer challenge to the Abrams. While the Abrams still appears to have a slight edge in conventional armor, the Armata compensates with a combination of explosive reactive armor and a sophisticated radar-guided activation protection system, APS, intended to shoot down incoming projectiles.
Damn.
The T-14's new 2A82 125mm also has improved armor penetration, meaning the Abrams' frontal armor may be vulnerable at shorter combat ranges, possibly 1,500 meters and less. While it's still debatable which is the superior tank, they clearly both are capable of destroying each other. The point is that the Abrams can no longer assume the inferiority of opposing tanks. The Sep V3 Abrams. Another thing they used to say in the 90s was, the Army doesn't do cities. During the U.S. invasion and occupation of Iraq, which involved a gazillion military operations in urban terrain, a tank urban survival kit, Tusk, was rushed into service with a number of upgrades to cope with potential ambushes from any direction. Many of those upgrades have been standardized in later Abrams, including improved belly armor, a crew remotely operated weapon station, CROWS, basically a remote-controlled 50-caliber machine gun so that the crew isn't exposed when firing,
makes sense.
and add-on explosive reactive armor, ERA, to the vulnerable sides of the turret.
Yo.
The U.S. Army had long eschewed ERA as it can wound nearby friendly infantry and can get used up. However, it served as a relatively lightweight and inexpensive means of defending the Abrams' vulnerable side armor from concealed enemy rocket-propelled grenade teams. The latest Abrams variant is an upgrade package, the M1a2 Sep V3. Many of its features are practical rather than sexy, upgraded computers, and a new auxiliary power unit, APU, that allows the Abrams to keep its sophisticated systems running while the engine is off, improving the fuel efficiency of the Abrams' notoriously thirsty turbine engines. Maintainability is improved with modular replaceable cabling. There are some lethality upgrades, notably a data link to connect with new advanced multi-purpose programmable airburst shells. These will allow the Abrams main gun to shoot high explosive shells that detonate directly above enemy troops in cover, an ability hoped to counter to enemy anti-tank missile teams.
Damn.
Other detonation modes, including one optimized for penetrating walls, are also available. An improved forward-looking infrared sensor, FLIR, will upgrade the Abrams' detection capabilities and main gun accuracy. A revised lower-profile remote-controlled machine gun also sports improved cameras.
That's good.
Finally, and possibly most importantly, the M1's depleted uranium armor package has been improved. How much, you ask? The Defense Department sure ain't telling. ERA, however, does not appear to be in the default package. A jammer for disabling wireless IEDs has also been installed. Critical add-ons, new ammunition, and active protection. A number of the most important upgrades to the Abrams capability may come independently from the Sep V3 upgrade package. The first already began entering service in 2015. The M1a2 armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding shell, the latest ammunition type for the Abrams 120mm M256 cannon. The M1a2 has a segmented depleted uranium penetrator and has been specially designed to defeat the relict explosive reactive armor on the latest Russian tanks, including the T-14 Armata. Future improvements to the Abrams firepower are likely to come by improving the capabilities of munitions, as they're easier to upgrade and replace than the main guns. Another innovation, active protection systems, APS, have the potential to revolutionize tank defenses. The best combine soft kill measures that obscure the tank and mislead guided missiles, as well as hard kill measures that literally shoot down incoming projectiles.
Oh my gosh, is this for
These
real?
are generally most effective against missiles, though theoretically may be effective against tank shells. The M1a2 shell is supposedly designed to overcome them.
Wow.
The Israeli Trophy APS has a proven record shooting down deadly anti-tank missiles in recent conflicts.
That's amazing. Look at that.
The United States military has attempted to develop its own indigenous system, but recently the Army and Marines began testing Trophy on M1a2 tanks. Trophy can basically be purchased off the shelf and installed relatively quickly. So if the Defense Department decides that Abrams needs the capability, it could pursue the upgrade relatively quickly.
Surely they will, right?
Another upgrade that could be installed quickly if desired would be a laser warning receiver, LWR. An LWR would notify the Abrams crew if their vehicle was being painted by an enemy laser rangefinder and guidance system, giving the crew an opportunity to hit the reverse pedal and back the tank out of danger.
What does that mean? If they're going into a dangerous zone? It should be stressed that there are no definitive plans to install the latter two technologies in the Sep V3 Abrams. However, they are obvious upgrades that could be implemented quickly and at a reasonable cost. The future. The Army is currently planning to develop a more radical upgraded Abrams by 2020. Wow,
the M1a2. Details are sketchy, but reducing the Abrams' roughly 70-ton weight appears to be one of the priorities. Certainly, weight has limited the ability to deploy the Abrams around the world and restricted which bridges it can cross. Features specifically mentioned include a lighter weight gun, replacing the wiring with fiber optic cables to shave off 2 tons of weight, improved suspension, and adding a laser warning receiver. Other improvements are doubtlessly being considered, but specifics are lacking for now.
Crazy, dude. Alright, so I feel like I need to watch a different video to because this was, I feel like this video was based on like if you already knew about the M1 Abrams, and this was just the addition. So if you guys have any good videos to watch on the M1 Abrams, please let me know. But that was still an interesting video for me. Some of the new technologies that are coming through that I didn't even know would be possible, like the tank having the capabilities of having like a missile defense system is pretty insane. Like, I know missile defense systems exist, but I didn't know that it could be done in a tank. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Yeah, I don't know much about tanks at all, so if you want to add anything new down below, please feel free. And again, if you have any good videos to watch on this, they'll be super cool. Yeah, I know nothing about tanks, so stay tuned for another M1 Abrams video. I'm definitely going to be on the hunt for another video to watch, because I definitely want to learn more about it. But I'm glad to have learnt about it today, even though it wasn't the best video to learn the basis of the tank. But it's always interesting to see what upgrades they're trying to do. But I think I just perhaps watched this video too soon. Like, I should have watched an introductory video before this one, you know what I mean? So I'm just going a little bit backwards here. But leave a comment down below if you do want to, you guys. Again, please follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. I go live every single week. It is free to join, it's free to watch. I'd love to see you over there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys. Keep searching on, it's never enough. Cup after cup, blunt after blunt. I wouldn't get one if I could find a far in the car, and I put it on my mama and my bitch.